All right, if you got something going on in your life and you want the Bert Show to help you out, or Bert Show family, I should say, to help you out, then go ahead, send us an email. And in this case, she doesn't like the way her ex-husband is treating their daughter at all right now, and she wants to know if she's being the a-hole about it. Cass?
Hey, Bert Show. Love you guys, and I wanted some advice from the Bert Show family. A little backstory. I have a 10-year-old daughter that I share with my ex-husband. Co-parenting has not been easy at all. We clash a lot, in all caps. He cheated on me with the woman to whom he is currently married.
I don't know how you get over that, man.
During the summer, our schedule is week to week. Our daughter stays with him one week and myself the other week. My daughter recently came to me expressing when her dad is at work at night, the stepmom tends to ignore my daughter. She eats dinner alone most of the time. The stepmom sits on the front porch for hours. While I don't expect her to entertain her the whole time, I expect some sort of interaction. Side note, she has also burned my daughter, quote, by accident with a cigarette. So I don't really like when my daughter is left with her, but I try to pick my battles. I expressed my daughter's feelings to her father, and he, of course, denied all of it, as he always takes up for his wife. It was my week with her then. So here's my dilemma. When my daughter went back to his house, his wife gave my daughter the silent treatment for days. After a few days, her dad sat her down to talk and asked, how did she like that? Meaning if she enjoyed the silent treatment. Then his wife proceeded to tell my daughter she no longer feels comfortable being alone with her anymore, so she can't be left alone with her. My daughter just said, okay, and went on. As a mother, it infuriated me. Why would an adult do that to a child? Isn't that a form of mental abuse?
Yep.
I would love to hear what you guys in the Bert Show fan would say or do. I want to know if I overreacted, because I did go off. Would you be upset? Thanks for your time. Sincerely, a pissed off mama.
All right, there's got to be co-parents that have gone through this very same thing that can give her some advice here. 1-855-BERT-SHOW. Yeah, it is a mental abuse.
It's 100% mental abuse. I'm livid, like absolutely livid that they would treat their child like that. And like the silent treatment for days, you are doing like long-term mental damage by treating her that way.
Like, I wonder if there's any of you guys listen that went to your ex's current and said unacceptable. Like, you didn't go through your ex. It was just time for you to go right to them and say, you can't do that again.
I don't think she would be in the wrong if she did that. I don't think she does done anything wrong up until this point, but I don't know if this is a woman who's already treating the child this way. I just don't see what you would get out of approaching her one-on-one. It doesn't feel like it would make the situation any better.
This was my kid. I'm not going to my ex's current. I'm going straight to the court and getting full custody. As soon as that cigarette accident happened, absolutely not. I don't care. And this is mental and emotional abuse. This is not how you treat a child.
Yeah, I think the first thing, I mean, who knows how many steps you've gone through this whole thing. But yeah, you go to the ex first and you're like, what is happening over there? Like, she comes back with a cigarette burn and now she's not paying attention to our daughter at all. Will you tell me what's going on? And if you don't get the right answers, then you go right to them.
Well, I mean, she did. She already went to the ex and she went off on him.
Yep.
So I agree with Cassie. Now your next step is to get your lawyer involved and require intervention and therapy.
Essence, good morning. You are part of the Bert Show. Good morning.
Good morning. So I do co-parent. I have two daughters with my ex. One of my daughters was traumatized by the stepmother to the point where she's in therapy behind it. The woman was vicious to her, said, you look too much like your mother. You bother me.
Oh, God.
And this has been 7 years since then. So my recommendation is for her to pull her daughter from over there for a while, get her attorney involved so he can figure out what it feels like to not have his daughter in his life, not be a part of her growth. That is something he should have nipped in the bud off top. He should have known there was a problem in dating. This is not new.
Legally, can you do that? Can you just say, okay, you're not going back over there?
Legally, you can say, you know what, my daughter was burned by a cigarette by this lady. So at this point now, I'm just looking out for her well-being.
Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Yeah, Cass.
Yes, sir.
The only thing I would say is I would talk to your lawyer first, and I wouldn't tell your ex that you're talking to your lawyer, because it sounds like this couple likes to retaliate. Like the silent treatment after the daughter came to you and said what was going on, and they gave you her silent treatment for days. So clearly retaliation is in their wheelhouse. And if you're like, I'm going to go to the lawyer and take her away from you, who knows what levels they'll go to if there's already a cigarette burn involved.
Megan, what do you have here?
Hi. So this is not just mental and emotional abuse. You do not accidentally burn a child with a cigarette. She needs to talk to her daughter, and I mean, obviously not let the dad and stepmom know this, but she and her daughter need to document everything because there's obviously also physical abuse going on, and with everything, they can get full custody if they document everything.
Yeah, I think as soon as I saw that cigarette burn there, I don't care what the excuse is, you're not going back over, and we're going to figure this out through lawyers. Chelsea, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I had to turn you off my radio so I could talk to you.
Well, here we are.
Here we are. My mom's a paralegal, and she also has her bachelor's degree in social work. So everything that y'all are given the advice for, listen, the second there's a burn, you take a photo, and you put the date, and you put the time, and you put what happened.
Mm-hmm.
The second something verbal like this happens, that is verbal abuse. Because do you want to know a fun fact? You don't have to physically assault somebody to cause traumatic abuse, which is PTSD. You guys are already talking about it from all of your multiple perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
But this is literally my mom's bachelor's degree is social work.
So you can do something about it. Do something about it immediately is what you're saying.
I'm saying immediate because she also, when she was in her 50s, got her paralegal certificate and works in a lawyer's office in Goshen, Indiana. And again, I don't know where this mother is, but listen, there is immediate action that you can take to prevent her from seeing her dad. You go to a lawyer's office and you sit down with either the paralegal or the lawyer himself, because guess what? Paralegals are the assistant to the lawyer.
I appreciate you calling, Chelsea. She's pissed.
Yeah.
Chelsea is pissed.
Buy it up.
The Bert Show.